I guess for anyone that's been living under a rock in the last year, would you want to introduce yourself quickly?
I am Bella. I'm a R&B singer, songwriter from the UK.
Okay.
That's kind of my whole thing.
Yeah. Well, it's been incredible kind of watching your journey from Last Train Home and the Art of Conversation to, Evil Eye going viral in colors. And obviously your latest project, Adultsville, being extremely well received. You really are a force to be reckoned with, in my opinion. So I guess like talk me through this journey a little bit. What was your first contact with music and how did we get here?
Um, I would say that I grew up in musical theatre.
Mm,
That's my bag, so I've always been a musical child. Um, so it kind of just developed from there. And I found management when I was 17, and the rest is kind of history. Um, yeah, I was just always performing
yeah,
where I went. That's even how I found my management. I was at a
yeah,
local festival and I was performing. So, the thing is, I always wanted to be an artist. I just didn't know
mm,
how to get there. I was like,
yeah.
how are we gonna do this exactly? But I just kept performing. I just kept doing what I knew how to do, and then it
Yeah.
kind of worked. Yeah,
Yeah, because trusting the process.
exactly.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like it's really special to find artists like you, essentially going through kind of similar phases of life as me in a way, as a listener and kind of documented it all in such an incredible way. And like I'd argue that's part of, why artists like Adele are so successful because, with each albums you really kind of speak to a generation of women. And I feel like that's what you did with Adultsville as well, like as a 22-year-old trying to figure out life out myself. Like it really like spoke to
Yeah,
me and like I related to all the songs.
it's hard. This
Yeah.
time, it's just really it's the ghetto, but we're
Yeah.
going for here. So
Yeah. What
yeah.
was kind of the process of kind of putting together the project Adultsville and what did you also kind of like maybe learn about yourself in the way?
Um, it's crazy because we named the project before we had any songs,
Mm,
and that was like a really nice guide of like how we were gonna treat this project. Um, but yeah, the process was hard. Because it's like you're writing about what you're going through at the time. And so there was like a lot of painful experiences that
mm,
contributed to the project. Um, but I love creating and I love the creative part of it. So just being with like I worked closely with Ari Pensmith, he
yeah.
executed the project, and it was fun creating. I got to travel, I got to do what I mean, but it was a long, big, long therapy session, basically.
Yeah. And I guess like I've been really lucky to catch you live twice in the past couple of weeks with Bodge and
Oh,
Shodom Camp, who we just released a song with as well.
yes.
Um, and it's really good to see you kind of like diving deeper in that Afrofusion sound that we kind of all loved in Evil Eye, it was a little bit
Yes.
there. Is it something you want to do kind of more in the future as well?
For sure. I think I have a duty to uh, always remember where I come from.
Mm,
I'm a Nigerian woman, and I'm British born and bred, but I'm a Nigerian.
yeah,
Uh, and Nigerians understand that even when they're born in Britain, like outside is England and inside your house is Nigeria. So
yeah,
I'm even going to Nigeria at the end of the month. Um, but yes, I do absolutely want to dive into that sound. It's such a feel good place, and I still want to be very R&B. One thing about me is I don't want to do Afro because everybody else is
mm,
doing Afro. But and I was talking to my friend, she's a songwriter. I was like, if I can find a way to be an R&B princess within Nigeria, within that
mm,
space, still be me, but within that space, I'll be the happiest bunny in the world.
yeah. Sounds amazing. I feel like you're in a good, track to do that. Like
Yeah.
I love the song with Shotton Camp and like,
Oh,
it's I feel like
thank
you're
you.
really like kind of embraced within that scene as well, and it's really good to see. Um, and I guess speaking of shows, you've got not one, but two sold out headline shows coming up next month. Congratulations, first of all, that's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, how are you feeling about it? Like, what's yeah.
Sorry, you just saying it kind of made it real again. it's so insane to me because I'm just a scaredy cat. I'm an emotional scaredy cat. So I've always thought about my headline show and um like what if it doesn't sell out? What if the tickets don't sell out? And so having it sell out and on both days, it's just mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because I started on the stage and like the stage is my home. I really, really, really love performing. There's an energy that you get from performing that you like, do you know what I mean? So I'm really very excited. I'm excited for people to hear the music live and the arrangements and like new stuff. And I'm so excited.
Sounds amazing. What song are you kind of most looking forward to doing live?
Garden. I'm
Garden.
really, really because I'm gonna tell my MD to like fuck it up. Sorry, I can't swear. I'm
No,
gonna
it's
tell
okay.
my MD to really, really give it. I
Yeah.
want it to sound like a Travis Scott song.
Love it. Oh, it sounds amazing. I always get a bit sentimental and say that, it's really inspiring to see you kind of thrive in the UK and beyond, while staying true to yourself and doing it your own way. So kind of both as an artist and a young woman, do you have any messages or advice you would maybe give to like, young girls watching, even just life or music related?
Oh, I could talk for ages.
Please do.
I would say keep going, keep going. You are gonna have a lot of temptation to quit, but keep going because you're just so close to what it is that you want. But it gets really, really. You get the most tests when before you're about to break through. I believe. Um, Again, stay true to yourself. Being authenticity, I think, is the cheat code. Like people are like, oh, how did they like? They were just the reason why I believe Doja Cat is so successful is because she's just
Yep.
a person. And I say that because I tried to do the whole elusive cool girl blah blah, and I was like, yeah, you're cool, but not because you're trying to do all of that. Like you're just cool babe.
Yeah.
Belle. Do you know what I mean? And you're
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
and you have a personality, and so don't hide that personality because you think that's what people want to consume. So I've just returned to being a crazy person, and it's
Yeah.
me more than it's ever served me before. Um, so staying true to yourself, not giving up. If you have something, a faith or something in you that centers you and grounds you and that allows you to have faith or allows you to have hope, hold on to that thing. The human experience can feel very empty when you don't have something to hold on to that is outside of your external environment. And you know um it's crazy because I tell people I'm a Christian, and I say, you know what, if at the end of my life they tell me Christianity is not real, God's not real, but you can go back and redo your life with that thingy, I'm like, I'm gonna do the
Yeah.
Christianity thing again. Because if that's the case, then we're just walking around like non-playable characters. I don't want that. So if you have anything that you can look to outside of yourself that's bigger than you, that's bigger than your craft, that's bigger than anything that gives your life meaning, hold on to that. For me, it's God. Um, what else would I say? There's no time restraints on
Yeah.
anything. There's actually, they lie to you on a massive scale. I feel like I've got a tinfoil hat on. I'm a conspiracy. They're lying to you. There's literally no time frame, no time period. And and I feel like a lot of women, especially, um, because they've forced this whole biological clock on us and whatever, they measure their success on how early they can hit certain milestones.
Mm,
But that just doesn't exist. It
no.
just doesn't exist. And it's coming from me. I'm an African woman who, marriage, having a husband, having kids is like number one priority in our community. And they hate the fact that I love my career so much.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm a career babe. I realize that's who I am. And so if I have kids at 35, if I have kids at 30, if I have kids at 27, whatever happens will happen. But I didn't, it's not because I forced myself to do
Yeah.
that thing because everybody's looking at me. That leads me to my next point. Don't care about what anybody else has to say. It's like it doesn't matter. Lose your inhibition. Inhibition is like will kill your dreams. Um, like it literally doesn't matter because God forbid you die tomorrow, you're gonna die alone.
Mm.
You don't need the man them's permission to die. So don't know why you need them to live. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.